High school was rough. I mean, it was basically about hiding who you were, at least in my case, where I grew up. You know, you don't know any gay people, at least you don't know any gay people you can talk to. Everybody else is straight, everybody you know is straight. So it's like, you know you're different, and you try and hide it, and with limited success most of the time.
Well, growing up being gay, or actually at that point being closeted from a very conservative background, was quite challenging because the entire community that I came from was totally 100% every avenue against gay people.
When I think about high school, I pretty much think about being a liar. My energy was consumed with trying to prove myself on some level or another, so I did theater and music like a lot of kids, and I succeeded in that. But the other big part of my time was invested in hiding that big, awful, terrible secret that I knew if anybody found out, the world would come crashing down on me.
I mean, I was always scared in high school that I would be labeled as being gay. So I surrounded myself by the coolest people, the most popular people who would encourage me to date girls. And, oh yeah, he's okay, he's just a little nerdy, but it's all right, you know. So I surrounded myself with people to protect me so that nobody would pick on me. I seemed like one of the in crowd.
In the early 1970s, being gay wasn't acceptable then. It was awful, and I had to hide myself.
I will say that there were some kids who were flamboyant, and they were pretty much shunned.
You know, I grew up as a Muslim, and then my family, my father is in the army, so I have to go through the military school. So considering those factors, and kind of, you know, I would say, you know, a little bit feminine kind of guy, so it's really tough. And the thing that I had every day, mostly calling names. And there is a word that in Indonesian word it's called banci, and that's very derogatory kind of words, and you know, you just don't want to hear that words. And I have to deal with that every day, and I can't complain. And then one time I have to tell my teachers, and then my teachers say, you know, this is a military school, toughen up.
If you read books or you listen to adults and people who talk, they always say, love yourself and be okay with who you are and embrace yourself and things like that. The thing of it is, I wish I could, but I did. I grew up with those pressures. My sister, I wanted my sister to like me. I wanted my parents to like me. I wanted everybody to like me. And my sister was dating and eventually married her high school sweetheart. He was captain of the football team, and you know, he didn't want to be around me, and he called me names that weren't so nice. I wasn't a social outcast, and I didn't get, you know, a lot of the stuff that some kids get, but I just knew that I was different, and it wasn't easy, you know. Why wasn't I mainstream? And I had people trying to make me be. Don't do the theater, go out with this girl, take so-and-so to the homecoming, you know, and I'll tell you, I said it gets better. It gets better when you finally let go of all that stuff you should do or you're supposed to do, and you just be who you are. Don't hurt anybody, don't hurt yourself, but just be who you are and be true. And dig down deep and know what it is that makes you a wonderful force, and let that be okay, you know? And as an adult, just a few years ahead, right? You're gonna be 17, 18, you're gonna leave home, and you're gonna find this whole big world out there. And it took me a really long time, really long. I was like in my 30s. And I just kept saying, no way, I can't be what all those people say I am. Guess what? I'm all that and so much more.
Leaving high school was like leaving behind a part of the ball and chain that weighed me down and finding out who the real person that I was, and allowed me to actually open up and discover the real reality of who I was and become comfortable in my own skin.
You know, high school is the time where you form your personalities. You get to see the world kind of how it's going to be, how people are going to act towards you, and learn from that. It does get better when you get out of high school because you can pick the people you associate with, instead of being forced upon the people in your class. You have to get along with them. So when you're an adult, you can kind of pick and choose what you do for a living, what you do for an occupation, and the friends that you choose to be in your inner circle and be around you.
So much better. So much better. It's like once you get out in the world and you realize that, first of all, there's other gay people out there, that they're going to understand you, that most of the people who are adults in the world actually, or a lot of the people who are adults in the world at least, understand gay people and accept gay people. And not only that, but how wonderful it is to be gay, and what a wonderful life you can have.
I kind of decided in 1985 that I wanted to spend most of my time working in the gay community, kind of like Obama says, as a community organizer. So I just started going to things. I walked in the door and said, is there anything I can do to help? And slowly but surely, people started saying, yeah, you could do this. And you know what? If you do those things, people notice and people start taking notice. And it was only a couple of years after that that my name actually started appearing in the newspaper connected with gay activism. And only a year after that, that I was offered a radio show here in San Francisco that lasted for 10 years. You never know what's going to happen when you knock on a door and walk through it. I can tell you that my life has been fantastic as a result of all the doors I have knocked on, particularly in the gay community.
I can be totally gay, totally at peace with myself, and for people who love me for who I am, only about 7-8 years ago. And it's the greatest thing that ever happened, including, well, and joining the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus really has even accentuated that more.
Gay Men's Chorus is basically just my big family. They always there when I feel, you know, if I have some problem. And again, singing through this harmony, it just more a stress release for me.
I was still somewhat in the closet when I moved here back in the late 90s, and joining the chorus was a big part of my coming out on a grander scale. Finally becoming comfortable with myself, because I remember the first thing I thought about when I passed the audition was how I'm going to get up on stage with 200 gay men. And once I did it, it was the easiest thing in the world.
It definitely gets better. You're going to find people out there that are like you, just like you. I know it's hard to believe, but they think like you and they act like you. And if you don't find that, which I'm pretty sure you will, you'll find people that like you just the way you are. So be sure to like yourself, because who you are is totally okay.
Never ever give up. Always believe in yourself. Always know that deep down inside, the person that you know yourself to be, that's who you will actually discover one day. And don't be afraid to venture into the light, because there is hope beyond where you are right now.
I know it sounds easy to say, but try to think positive. Try to find other activities that you think you might be able to concentrate, rather than sit down in the corner and then complaining about yourself. So do something positive that you can enjoy.
And there's always going to be a certain element in the high school that's going to want to make life difficult for you. But you're going to have to realize too, there's going to be people out there who are also going to support you.
Try to be yourself. Surround yourself by people who you can trust and you know are intelligent enough to understand you and not criticize you. Those people will help protect you and survive through high school. Don't try to always be in the in crowd, because that can not necessarily be the best thing. But do surround yourself by caring, intelligent people that you know can tell the difference between, you know, wrong and right, homophobia and support.
It does get better. I guarantee it. I never thought I would ever get through high school as badly as I felt. And that was back a long time ago, where being gay was not nearly as socially acceptable as it is today. So if I can do it back then, you can certainly do it now.
You know what? I'm in my 50s now. I'm almost next to 60, and I can tell you every single decade has been better than the last one, in terms of being gay, in terms of being a guy, in terms of my entire life. You have your life to look forward to, and you're going to love it.
Hang in there, because it just gets a lot better. And once you get to live your own life, you'll find out it gets a whole lot better.
My name's Kathleen McGuire. I'm the conductor of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. Many of our members have been bullied through their lives, including at high school, and we know that things do get better. We're singing now for you in honour of the people who've lost their lives and the hope that in the future people will live.